Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Bitboy Crypto, which is the largest cryptocurrency YouTube channel on the entire planet, says that XRP has been selected as the coin by central banks. And he said a bunch of other stuff too. So, look, I love it that the XRP is being discussed and in a positive light on the largest YouTube channel on the entire planet. But there were a number of things stated by Bitboy Crypto. His name is Ben Armstrong. A number of things stated that just aren't accurate. And so I'm going to go ahead and run through them and explain what he got wrong. And I do want to be clear here at the outset. I'm always clear. Anytime I'm critiquing things that somebody has said, I always want to be super duper clear. This is not an attack on the person. I just want to talk about the ideas. And so that's it. This is nothing that I say here is intended to be rude or flippant or anything like that. I just want to set the record straight. But look, he's got 1,130,000 subscribers on YouTube. So his channel is somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 times larger than mine. He's got some serious reach. And there's a video that was live streamed actually 12 hours ago. It's got 83,000 views. And there's about a 2 minutes of that where he was answering a question about Ripple and XRP. And again, I'm not trying to be rude here in the least, but it was 2 minutes of gibberish. And so I made some notes while I was watching it so that I could talk about it and just kind of set the record straight on this. But this video clip, it was widely circulated throughout the XRP community on Twitter today. So before I go any further, I do want to be clear, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who makes YouTube videos about Ripple and XRP and crypto. It's a fun hobby, and that's why I do it. Shout out to XRP Crypto Wolf for sending this article my way. Thank you very much, XRP Crypto Wolf. It's titled XRP and Bitcoin, Assessing the Opportunities, and they talk about some comments from Bitboy Crypto here. XRP has made headlines for more reasons than just being one of the market's most popular cryptocurrencies. The SEC lawsuit created such a ruckus that it sent out ripples, no pun intended, they're funny, chuckles for everybody, throughout the ecosystem. On the back of Bitcoin taking charge of the crypto space once again, XRP gained some much needed prominence as well. Does this mean that XRP is about to become one of the faces of cryptocurrencies once again? However, if so, how? Well-known trader and analyst Bitboy Crypto shared his thoughts on the same in a recent video. Bitboy, and look, he is being very positive about this, and he has stated, he says, look, people that hold XRP are going to be rich. Now, on that front, I think there's a lot of opportunity. I think there will be a lot of people that hold XRP that are going to become millionaires or multimillionaires, and I think many others are going to, maybe kind of bungle the opportunity with XRP by, FOMOing in at the wrong time or panic selling. That happens all the time. But I think for many people that have a sufficiently long time frame, I do personally think there's opportunity. So I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold XRP or anything else, but that is my honest opinion. And there's a reason XRP is my largest cryptocurrency holding, and by a long shot, to be honest with you here. And so Bitboy Crypto put it in simple words that by the end of this year, XRP is going to blast off. While he did not share his thoughts on the exact price, the 70 cents to $1 range seems to be possible. Well, to be clear, a couple months or so ago, XRP was already around $2. So yeah, I would say that's possible. Anyway, in his opinion, the SEC lawsuit that Ripple Labs is currently facing came as a blessing in disguise. Even though XRP did take some flack initially, owing to a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, it gained much of its value back as the lawsuit went on. Yeah, and as far as this being a blessing in disguise, there could be some truth to that, to be honest with you, because once this case is over with, assuming it doesn't become an actual train wreck here, a figurative train wreck, XRP is going to be like the cryptocurrency with the most clarity in the space. Maybe you could make an argument there are a couple others that would be on par with it, but it's yes. So in that sense, it would be a blessing in disguise to have that much clarity so early on when so many other assets don't. But of course, it's kind of hard to say that. Hey, this is all blessing in disguise. Say that to the people that got financially wrecked because the SEC went after Ripple. So it's kind of. But yeah, as far as it being a blessing in disguise, yeah, I in a way do agree with him actually on that. But anyway, the central banks throughout the globe have been looking to utilize XRP's use cases once the SEC storm passes. On the same Bitboy Crypto commented, and here's a quote from Bitboy Crypto. The banking cartel has decided that they want XRP to be the token, to be the settlement coin, to be the payment settlement coin for central banking system. Again, this is not at all to be rude, but that just doesn't make sense. So the banking cartel, who is he defining as the banking cartel? There are over 11,000 banks on the planet, so which ones is he talking about? Is he talking about the banks, like central banks, that are part of the BIS, Bank for International Settlement? Because the BIS, that is the bank for banks. So if you're talking about all the banks that are included in that, well, if you assume every country on the planet has a central bank, and there are somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 countries on the planet, depending on who you ask, then there are 200 banks right there, central banks, right? So if they're going to move money around amongst themselves, they could say, yeah, we're all going to use XRP, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about global remittances. That's not really what we're talking about. When we're talking about the daily $5 trillion flows, it's about all the rest of the banks and remittance firms the world over. And so these banks cannot make remittance firms and other banks, 11,000 other banks, use anything in particular for settlement. These banks get to do what they want. Nor should you be able to decree on a global level that XRP be used. That is not how this works. It most certainly is not how this works. And so, like, it sounds nice, and if you don't understand how the XRP ecosystem works or XRP function as a bridge currency, you might just be like, oh, well, that sounds nice. I don't really know the plumbing of it, but that sounds nice. But it's gibberish. It's not a thing. It's definitely not a thing. Because here's the way that this all functionally works. Because if you want to move money from one side of the planet to the other, from one fiat currency convert to another fiat currency, the way it works with XRP is a bridge, and this is all automated. Let's just use an example corridor. Let's say that a person wants to, in America, so the United States, wants to send money to their family back home in Mexico. Well, in the United States, the customer of a bank or remittance firm would initiate the transaction. They wouldn't even necessarily know XRP would be used in the background. But XRP would be purchased automatically on a cryptocurrency exchange that's partnered with Ripple. Then the XRP from that exchange moves to, because this is in the United States now, and then the XRP purchased in the United States on that exchange would be moved to a different cryptocurrency exchange in Mexico. And then in Mexico, that XRP would be sold into the Mexican peso. And so that's all automated right there. And so there are all sorts of corridors, and you're taking out middlemen, so it's incredible the technology that's used. Because I'll tell you what, outside of XRP being used as a bridge currency, humans don't have a solution for the train wreck that is the world of global cross-border payments and settlement. They just don't. But it's certainly not the case that a banking cartel has decided that XRP is going to be used for settlement, and now XRP Moon. Like that is just not how this works. What actually results in price going up ultimately, well, first of all, XRP is just following Bitcoin today, but ultimately, if you're like me and you think ultimately utility is going to win the day, I mean, it's still going to be what humans speculating, but they might be willing to speculate favorably if there's actual utility, but still, it's always going to be humans that are deciding the open market price of XRP, not a banking cartel. That is not how this works. And so in seeing him cite something like that, I mean, there was this, and I'm going to have to come back to this probably a couple times, but there was this from Ripple. This is their blog, Ripple Insights, from March 3rd of this year. Ripple pilots a private ledger for central banks launching central bank digital currencies. And so what Ripple has done is they have created what they're calling the Central Bank Digital Currency Private Ledger, which is a blockchain that is separate from the XRP ledger, but it's based on the XRP ledger technology because it's blazing fast and this or that. And they did cite the following, and this makes sense. Where was it? I think it was around here. Yeah, here we go. The central bank digital currency private ledger is designed for issuing currencies, with over 5,400 currencies issued on the XRP ledger over the past 8 years, including its native digital asset XRP, which can be leveraged as a neutral bridge asset for frictionless value movement between central bank digital currencies and other currencies. And so you've got to understand that, like, it's not the central banks that are moving money around the planet for all these people that are moving money, like in the example I cited from the United States and Mexico. Central banks aren't even doing this. So even if central banks, for some, I don't even know what the hell this would be for, but if they're moving money from just for themselves, from one central bank to another central bank, okay, super duper if they're doing that. But that's not what we're actually functionally talking about here. Now, central banks issuing their own central bank digital currencies. XRP as a bridge currency between anything that's tokenized actually makes sense. Whether it could be a non-fungible token. It could be, just pick anything that's tokenized. It could be a stock that's tokenized. Yes, XRP can be positioned as a bridge, and Ripple kind of sees that as the most clear use case for XRP today, and I would agree with that here. And so I wasn't sure if there was some sort of misunderstanding, and that's why he was saying something like that. I'm really be perfectly honest, not clear. Now, Martin Volk, who is an XRP community member, took a 2-minute clip of this video that I cited on Bitboy's channel, which now has 83,000 views at the time I'm recording this. He took this 2-minute clip and then shared it on Twitter. It was pretty widely circulated. And he wrote, OMG, did you hear Bitboy's live stream right now? Please listen to this 2-minute clip. And so I did check it out, and I made just a few notes because I want to clear this up. And again, like, nothing that was said in this 2-minute period made sense. And I want to, like, it's like the third time I've said this, but I want to be clear. I'm not saying this to insult the man. I look, if I say something that's wrong, it's okay for somebody to challenge my ideas. That's perfectly fine, and that's all I'm doing here, is challenging the ideas that he shared on his channel, which I think is perfectly fair given that he's talking about XRP and he's running the largest cryptocurrency YouTube channel on the planet. So he was asked a question on this live stream, and the question was just as gibberish as his response. The question was, how does Ripple having a stablecoin impact the price of XRP? What in the ever-loving hell does that mean? Like, if that were me being asked that question, I'd be like, what in the ever-loving hell are you talking about? What does Ripple having a stablecoin, or how does Ripple having a stablecoin impact the price of XRP? Ripple hasn't issued a stablecoin. Do you mean Ripple is holding stablecoins? I'm not even aware of them holding stablecoins. If they are, fine. I've never heard of that in my entire life, so what are you talking about here? And so Bitboy responded to the question like it's a normal question that made sense, though. And he said that it allows for more trading and more liquidity. He said a stablecoin is good for Ripple because it makes prices stable and can delete the volatility of XRP. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I do not know. He said that a stablecoin is good for Ripple because it makes prices stable and can delete the volatility of XRP. Well, if you're talking about the volatility of XRP being a problem for market makers, because by the time the transaction is complete, the price is shifted. It's actually not a problem because the XRP ledger, I mean, it transacts in 3 to 5 seconds. So Ripple's actually worked out the math. I've talked about this a number of times on my channel. It's actually cheaper utilizing XRP, or less volatile utilizing XRP over 3 to 5 seconds, even though it's a volatile asset. That's less volatile than moving fiat currencies over a longer period of time, even though that experiences over a shorter period of time less volatility. So once you factor in how long transactions can take, which can be a number of days, the volatility is actually worse utilizing fiat currency. So functionally, the volatility here doesn't matter in the least, not at all. And if you're somehow talking about plugging a stable coin in as a bridge currency, then XRP wouldn't be used, so that doesn't make sense. And how would that help XRP? I don't know. And then he also said, Bitboy said that he's going to release a video where he reviews Ripple's central bank digital currency white paper. What is that? Does Ripple have a central bank digital currency white paper? Or was he referencing maybe this? Which is what I was just at, which is why I said I'd have to come back to this piece from Ripple's blog series titled Ripple Insights. Ripple pilots a private ledger for central banks launching central bank digital currency, because this is not a white paper. If there's some, I don't know what document he's, if there's something specific that is not this, I don't know what he's referencing here. But no, like I don't think that what he said is what he meant. I'm assuming maybe he's talking about this document here about the central bank digital currency private ledger, but it's not like, this is not a white paper. This is a blog. I mean, unless there's an attached document that maybe I could just be unaware of, but still, I am not convinced that's the case. And then Bitboy says that his understanding for international transfers, money transfers, is that it must be delivered in cash. So this is an indication that he doesn't understand that the way the legacy financial system works, the way that money moves around the planet, it actually requires pre-funding of accounts. It's not that cash is physically being shipped from one bank to another. It's all just numbers on ledgers, multiple ledgers the world over, because it's just a chain of bilateral banking relationships. That's all that this is. And so in order to do this, you basically, my understanding is no money ever moves, even during the pre-funding stage. My understanding is that we agree that we hold each other's cash, and so legally that's so just by moving it on a ledger. There's no physical money moving. As far as I know, I've never heard of physical money. And so then once you sign those documents, there are legal implications because you're legally holding some, your bank buddy's money. But there's no actual movement of cash to make that happen. You just agreed that we both owe each other X amount, and then that's the pre-funding portion. And then if somebody goes south in the banking relationship, then you're going to have to rely on international law to figure it all out. That's my understanding. I've never heard of a situation where cash is physically moving around to make all of this happen here. So those were the biggest things that I wanted to set straight here, because a ton of people saw that, and so that's just where we're at right here. Then my fellow XRP YouTuber Dusty BC Crypto News said in response to this tweet from Martin Volk, and thank you, by the way, Martin, if you're listening, thank you for tagging me in this too, I appreciate it. But Dusty BC said, I have a love and hate relationship with this clip, referencing the 2 minutes where Bitboy Crypto was talking about this stuff. And then he said, on the one hand, it's spreading dumb info. On the other hand, he's showing tons of people about XRP. Yeah, so I mean, I think he should keep talking about XRP if he's into it and he's optimistic for it. That's super duper and fantastic. But it would be worth speaking to somebody else that has like supreme knowledge of Ripple and XRP, maybe to just get some things straight, which is why it was proposed that Ripple employee Matt Hamilton, who is at Hammertoe on Twitter, have a conversation with Bitboy, maybe do a live stream or a video, something to that effect. And Ripple employee Matt Hamilton said yes, he'd absolutely be up for it. And we haven't heard anything from Bitboy Crypto, but I'd be willing to bet that on Twitter today he had to have noticed this. Like, there were enough people retweeting this and commenting. It had to have shown up on his radar, and I would think so. I don't just know I can know that for sure. I'm just saying, like, in my experience, when people tag me in something that gets this much attention, yeah, I see it enough in my thread, my notifications, that I can't miss it, basically. That's the reason that I'm saying that. Like, it works for me. So we'll see. I would love for there to be just a thoughtful discourse. Matt Hamilton's like the nicest dude, so he doesn't go on there to like make you feel stupid or attack or anything like that. He just matter-of-factly states what's going on, and he can really in an impressive manner articulate exactly what's going on with Ripple and XRP and how it works. And really, Matt Hamilton and David Schwartz would probably be like two of the best people he could possibly talk to about that. So if Matt Hamilton is willing to, I hope Bitboy Crypto takes him up on this, because it would make for a good video on his YouTube channel, and I think it would be a great service to all of his subscribers there too. So that's what's going on here. I felt like I had to talk about this. I mean, just everybody in the XRP community was going pretty wild with this, and then I was kind of going back and forth though, because I'm like, oh, how do I do this tactfully? Like, and I hope I did an okay job. Again, not trying to be rude at all, but I was like, this is what my channel is about, talking about Ripple and XRP. Like, not exclusively, but it's an XRP centric channel, right? And so I was like, I can't really, I don't want to ignore it, but at the same time, I'm just like. But this happens the same thing happened when that guy, what's his name, Andre Jick, when he was saying the nonsense he was saying about Ripple and XRP, and then he just vanished. So like I'm doing my best here to just kind of set the record straight, but this is what we're working with here though. So I'm glad that he came around though, because he used to be anti-Ripple and anti-XRP Bitboy crypto, but he has come around and he does recognize what I think the rest of us get, just in a general sense. XRP, it's probably here to stay. There is something to it, and there's a lot of opportunity. I personally believe that. So a lot of what he said in that sense, I do agree with him. I think he's right on all sorts of stuff like that. But some of the other stuff, about a banking cartel agreeing that XRP is the one, like that's not how this works. There are over 11,000 banks, like I cited. They all get to decide what cryptocurrency they're going to use as settlement. This cannot be enforced by decree. That is not how this works. So anyway, I'll wrap up there though. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.